right, it's June 2nd. I was doing my math wrong. Today's day 16. It's morning. It's the beginning of the day. And I came across an old video that I watched a long time ago. It's called, from what I've learned, it's the name of the channel, and they talked about the Carnivore Diet. And it kind of answers a lot of the questions a lot of people have been giving me about, what about this? What about that? How is this supposed to work? And I put it in my community post, make sure you check it out. It's educational, and it goes into why, people react very well to this way of eating, I guess. And it's amazing to me the things that we've been taught since kids, about food and what fueled that. And what fueled that was corporate dominance over our food sources. And then, and today you wake up to the news that there's going to be a meat shortage now because of a hack. And it's a crazy world we live in, right? And so when the Carnivore Craze kind of came about like 2 years ago. 2 years ago is when it kind of went nuts. And at that time of the video that I was talking about was made, Sean Baker had been carnivore for, I think, 7 years. I think is what the video mentions. And something that another doctor that was being interviewed by Mr. Rogan was that when you go back to your old ways of eating, the negative aspect of doing what I'm doing is that when you reintroduce certain foods back in your diet, you're going to have a harsher reaction to it. And that's kind of what happened during my vegetable juice fast. It screwed up my metabolism. It screwed up how my body gets fueled, and it was more of a caloric restriction diet. So I think I probably did more damage to my body at that point than, the advantages. And it showed by my weight ballooning, huge after that fast was done. But, this morning started off with a few eggs, so I could take my medicine, and then we got 2 more days left of that. And then after that, we're going to go into an intermittent fasting mode and see how long I can last. Yesterday we went to Walmart before we headed out on the road, and I grabbed a couple of steaks, some hamburger, some pork chops, and a pork roast. And then as a backup, I've got frozen hamburger patties that are in the freezer of the truck, and then a dozen eggs. And I followed little Viking coach's advice and got just the cheap eggs. At Walmart they got these jumbo eggs. They're huge, and a lot of them have like double yolks in them. And then what else? I bought some raw bacon, some cooked bacon, and also some cooked boiled eggs. And and some pork rinds. And I forgot coffee though, so I'm almost out of coffee. But I spent about $80 yesterday in food, but that should carry me the whole week. And so, in the beginning it may not seem like you're saving money, especially if you're going to go all grass-fed and stuff like that, which I didn't. I just got the simplest hamburger, the simplest steak, simplest, you find ways around of modifying. But, I'm telling you, if you download an app that's like a food I downloaded an app that tracks your grocery bill. If you download one of those apps and just enter every time you buy something, whether it's a cup of coffee or a Snickers bar or, you know, a full meal at Denny's, you'll be surprised of how much money you spend out here on the road. You know, a lot of people don't realize, even if you spend $10 a day and you're out 30 days, that's $300 a month just in food alone. And I know most of you probably spend more than $10 a day. So if I do $80 for the week and I don't buy anything else at the truck stops, that's less than $10 a day. So that, you know, that's where it kind of saves money. But it's easy to kind of get into this groove. Well, you know, I'm gonna get a breakfast burrito, and then at lunch, like, well, I'll get a couple of hot dogs, and then at dinner, like, you know, oh, I'm gonna eat in the truck, and you sit down and eat a full dinner in the truck. But I do know that, you know, it's kind of interesting. Someone brought up in a video I watched last night about how there's going to be a meat shortage on you know, beef and stuff like that, but yet there are videos out there of people eating cicadas, eating bugs. It's almost like someone's out there saying, hey, you know what, forget the real food, eat bugs. Let's see if we can get people to do it. So to me, it's some kind of bizarre experiment. Either somebody's out there going, wow, check this out, we can convince the silly Americans to eat bugs, or that's a hint, like, you better get used to eating bugs if you want, you know, animal protein kind of thing. These are just thoughts, you know. When you drive a truck, you have a lot of thoughts, you know, because you spend a lot of time by yourself. But I believe my math was wrong, but I believe we're on day 16. And I feel pretty good. My appetite is getting less and less, and I'll offer an opportunity for people to ask questions in a video, and then we'll answer them. So in a non-live setting, that way I can kind of focus on it maybe. But with that being said, let's see what the rest of the day brings. I gotta go pick up a load, finish my pre-trip, or I gotta go deliver a load after finishing my pre-trip, and then I gotta work on this business thing. So yeah. All right. Couple of things I wanted to point out. If you're going to cook in the truck, these are the most important things you're going to need, okay? Number one, paper towel. A lot of it, okay? You're going to need this. Number two, wipes. Disinfecting wipes. I like these, and I also like these, and I also like these. These have got alcohol in them for disinfecting. And then also this Lysol, right? You're gonna want that. The other thing you're gonna need is these gloves. Now, thanks to the HIV, as a friend of mine calls it, these things are in abundance. Last year they weren't, but this year they are. The foreman, I don't know. It's really easy to cook with, but it's definitely making a mess. And what I do is I wrap it up in a towel after I'm done, after I've cleaned it, and I put it in the microwave for protection, so it's not bouncing around. That seems to do the trick. Some people have suggested air fryers. I don't know if I want to put another appliance in this truck. And I forgot to grab the crock pot, which, you know, the crock pot's good for roasts, but not great for hamburger. I mean, you might as well boil the hamburger, right? I do have the Hot Logic Mini, which is great for when I don't want to deal with the mess. Set it and forget it. Doesn't work well with bacon, though. Bacon, there's two ways to cook it. you can either, well, there's three things. You can either buy the pre-cooked, okay, which is kind of expensive. Or if you go raw, well, you don't want to eat raw bacon. Psh, gross. If you're going to cook raw bacon, there's two ways that I found that works. Number one, paper plates. You're going to go through a lot of paper plates and bowls too. Put a paper plate down, put some bacon down, take another paper plate, cover it, nuke it. I'm not sure how long. I want to say a couple of minutes, but I could be wrong. It depends on how powerful your microwave is. If it's in a truck, it's probably not that powerful. I've got a 700 watt, and it's like, you know, a lot of times. So, and the bacon will brown. It will brown. You can also use the Foreman grill. And you take that little grease thing and you save the grease, and you can use it for cooking later. I used to have a skillet in the truck, but I kind of did away with it. I can't find it. I've either given it away or it's buried. And that would be good, but then, you know, you just gotta wipe out skillet, you're done. But the Foreman grill's working decent, and you can cook bacon on it, right? So, but if I want several pieces of bacon quickly, I'll just nuke them in the plate. They're kind of chewy. So if you like crispy bacon, don't do that. The Foreman does great with bacon, but there's a lot of mess. Oh, and you're going to want a fan on. I have both windows open and a fan on when I'm cooking. A must. But what I found is that what used to be a tradition, or not tradition, but a ritual for me, was at the end of the day, I would cook my dinner in the microwave, you know, and get it all ready to go. And I would sit down and watch Netflix or some other crap that was wasting my time while I ate dinner. And then I would eat till I was stuffed, and then clean up a little bit, and I'm done for the day, right? Well, when you're only eating one or two things for dinner, you know, like today I had hamburger and bacon. That's it. That's all I had for dinner. You eat quicker, right? So it's not like a 40-minute process of eating. Instead, though, it's 15 minutes of eating and then 20 minutes of cooking or cleaning. So what I do is, like, I get the 1 pound hamburger things, right? And I'll take half of it, get my gloves on, put it in a ball, cook that one. While that's cooking, I'll turn on some YouTube or something, put a couple of pieces of bacon on the grill, and then, you know, once that burger's done, I eat that while I'm cooking the second one with another couple of pieces of bacon. And that seems to be working really well. So we'll see. We'll see how that's working. Is it something I'm going to do every night? Probably not. But it works, and I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm full, right? And then I had the Lysol and clean. This table got a little bit of grease on it, and that's the only bad thing is all the grease, you know. So if you go home a lot, I highly recommend cooking everything ahead of time, where you just throw it in the nuker and you're good to go. But day 16, I feel great. I feel, I don't know, a sense of clarity that I haven't had in a long time. So, great. You know, I'm feeling great. I don't know if I can accent that enough. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And then we'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow I got to load. I was busy today. I delivered 2 loads today. The load I picked up in Ohio delivered in Oklahoma City. And then I picked up in Tulsa, delivered in Joplin. And then tomorrow I pick up in Joplin and go back down to Oklahoma. But it's a good rate. It's good money. And then it puts me in a okay place on Friday. So we'll see what the weekend brings. But thanks for watching. Peace.